My name is Joshua. I work at Videofag. I run Queer Fear. And Videofag is an art and performance space. It opened October of 2012. It's located in Kensington Market. It's an open space for queer artists to sometimes present stuff that's not so mainstream. Queer Fear runs bi-monthly. So every second month we will present Queer Fear. And Queer Fear is aimed at bringing the fiercest skeletons out of horror's closet. Queer Fear is a screening series that screens horror movies that have either a queer subtext or a gay character maybe. Videofag will bring somebody in that is not as well known, such as me, but then they will also have artists like Nina Arsenault, who's a very well known trans artist activist. And she will do work there, as well as like Sky Gilbert, who is one of the main voices, one of the people that actually created Buddies in Bad Times Theater, will also do work there. So it's a very wide spectrum of like known people and unknown people. Okay. So I guess curating is kind of an opportunity to explore the things that I find interesting and enjoy. You know, find other sources and find other works, but kind of figure out why they all come together and why they all complement each other and why they're interesting and important.
Okay, awesome.
Being queer affects the choices that I make for Queer Fear in that I believe a person's experiences very much, maybe experiences and who they are and even something like their sexual identity really affect their choices and what they feel connected to. Mm-hmm. When I originally came with Queer Fear, it was a concept for me that the idea that homosexuals or queer people in general could find a connection with certain horror movies based on their sexuality. Okay. Queer Fear actually came from a viewing of Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Freddy's Revenge. And I had been to a Q&A with Robert Englund, who plays Freddy in all of the original Nightmare on Elm Street movies. And somebody years ago had talked about, you know, the queerness of Nightmare 2 and like, was it actually a gay movie? And he responded with, you know, yes it was. At the time we didn't really realize that that's where it was going and that's what it was about, but you know, in retrospect it is very much like a gay movie about, you know, the AIDS. It came out in the 80s, so it was during the time when like AIDS was scary and being homosexual was a terrifying thing. Mm-hmm. You know, and then they took that and they applied it to Freddy Krueger, who was like the monster at the time. And, and I went to Jordan and Will and I said, guys, this is what I want to do. Mm-hmm. You know, I want to present these horror movies as stories about homosexuality or stories about queerness. Mm-hmm. And they were absolutely for it. They're like, yeah. The most challenging part, I would say, is probably the film selection. And then it needs to be a movie that they will find interesting because, you know, because it pertains to queerness for this reason or that reason. With curating, you need to really be sure about the art that you're going to choose to show, because that is a reflection of you and a reflection of whoever you're working with or for. Mm-hmm. And there's been instances with Queer Fear where I've put something out there and then upon digging up more on that art or on that artist, realize, you know what, maybe that's not necessarily what we're trying to say. Mm-hmm. Informed decision making with the selection and, you know, the implications that come with letting somebody else's work speak for you.
Right. Okay.
Queer Fear is very much more just an exploration of the film and of queerness and art, and less about, I guess, making money. Mm-hmm. So it's free. It's free to get in. We just ask that you buy some booze when you're there to help support the venue. Sure.